Rapper turned politician Balendra Shah's party has gained leads in early counting in Nepal's general election, far outpacing his other rivals, including the country's former prime minister, who was forced to resign after a historic youth-led uprising last year. Shah, former mayor of the capital city of Kathmandu, has dominated the race to become Nepal's PM during the campaign, gaining popularity across the country. Shah's centrist Rastriya Swatantra party, which was founded 3 years ago, was leading in 37 seats, while former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's Communist Party of Nepal was leading in 3. Early counting trends from the election mission. Joining us live again now is Shruti Dasgupta, International Affairs Analyst, joining us live from New Delhi. Ma'am, we're seeing a trend in politics where there have been, say, in the case of Trump, businessmen turned politicians, in this case, rapper turned politician. Is this advantageous for the New World Order, or more specifically for what's happening in Nepal? Do you see, like I just said, advantages? Please tell me more. What do you think?
This is not the only rapper in the world who's taken on a mayoral post or is right now leading in elections. We have Zoran Mamdani from New York itself, a rapper turned politician. So this is a trend not just in the developing world or South Asia or any other nation where a Gen Z revolution is happening. There are a large number of people in the youth believe that now power should rest in the hands of the youth. And that is reflected in both Zohran Mamdani's case as well as Balendra Shah's case. Balendra Shah is a proponent of Nepal first policy, which is something very remnant of what Trump says, very remnant of what Maldives was saying a while ago, what Bangladesh was saying. Every nation now wants to put its own interest first, and that's how it should be for their foreign policy. I don't know why somehow the narrative gets twisted in certain ways there. The youth are meant to feel that their nation is being taken advantage of. In the case of Nepal, unfortunately, it was being taken advantage of. The Communist Party under KP Oli was deeply corrupt. While the people were struggling for healthcare and education, the KP Oli party and their children were flaunting their luxuries right in the face using social media. So that was actually a ground-up offensive where they said, when we do not even have bread to eat, why would you be allowed to flaunt $1 million bags? And what about the entire communist ideology that you sold to us in the name of equality when your children are enjoying in the lap of luxury while we are struggling for our basic daily needs? Balendra Shah, despite being a rapper, is extremely popular, and he is a likely candidate to take up office. Unfortunately, as a mayor of Nepal, even as a mayoral candidate, his works were not significant enough to show us exactly what his foreign policy would be, what his national policy would be. He'd recently walked into politics. He's good with words. We hope that his Rastriya Swatantra party would have decent consultants at hand to help them shape the new Nepal, putting Nepal first and its people first, and its nation and its own personal growth first before they try and engage with either China, India, or any other national international power. KP Oli is, despite being dethroned via the Gen Z revolution, continues to be one of the contenders. So that shows you exactly how divided it is. Nepal is about a 40% youth electorate nation. About 52% of Nepal is young, below 40, and the electors are about 40%. So the results that we are seeing are not surprising, because these people actually stood on the streets and demanded equality. So Balendra Shah coming to power would not be a surprise. I would be surprised if KP Oli comes back to power in any way or form, even as an opposition leader, because there was a time when he had to be evacuated out of that region. Otherwise, he would have faced bodily harm. So there is a bigger question for Nepal to answer, why KP Oli still continues to get a few seats and his party continues to be in favor in certain sections, and what motivates them to continue to keep voting for a person that they found to be extremely corrupt and very personal in enjoying their own personal legacy and hierarchy in the Communist Party. The only other contender I find is another Nepali Congress Party personnel, whom I am not seen gaining in any other races. So that is a little bit disappointing. But both Balendra, commonly known as Balen, and Thapa of Nepali Congress Party, both were pro-India, just pro-Nepal first. So hopefully the people that do come into power would be people of not anti-India or ideology, specifically for a nation that has shares a large amount of border with India.
Thank you so much for those insights, ma'am. Much appreciated. Next up, U.S. Ambassador to India, Sergio Gore, has said that he had a good discussion with Commander General Stephen Whiting, who is in India. Gore has added that space is a critical frontier, and the United States and India are deepening collaboration to ensure security and stability. Next up, the U.S. Department of Defense has officially designated the artificial intelligence lab Anthropic as a supply chain risk to America's national security. This designation was confirmed yesterday after a letter was sent to Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei. The move marks a major development in the ongoing tension between the startup and the Pentagon. The DoD's decision comes after a long standoff over the use of Anthropic's AI models, known as Claude. The Pentagon reportedly demanded unrestricted access to these models for all lawful purposes, while Anthropic sought assurances that its technology would not be used in fully autonomous weapons or domestic surveillance. Despite the designation, reports say that the DoD has been using Anthropic's technology to support military operations, including in Iran, as the conflict in the Middle East region continues to escalate. The Pentagon's latest decision will require defense contractors to certify that they will not use Anthropic's models in any military work. Investors and industry observers are closely watching the situation, as it could impact companies like Palantir, which partners with Anthropic and relies on government contracts for a significant portion of its revenue.